I got into a very good private college. I remember having a friend say like, oh yeah, like, of course they accepted you. Like they really need more diverse people at that school.
A lot of people would presume it's a he that's going into the management roles, the higher up roles.
I was in the room of leads who were all men and myself, and then my manager who was a man. One of my colleagues cursed and then apologized directly to me for cursing. I didn't understand why I was being isolated or called out in that scenario. And that was years ago. And that was a small act, but I still remember it quite vividly.
In a previous role, I was the manager of several restaurants. They were owned by a man. And frequently people would think that I was the man's wife. Maybe it's owned by an individual rather than a company. If a woman is in charge, maybe she has to be the man's wife.
My team is challenging bias by having an equal representation of gender, where we can share our experiences and thoughts through open conversations so we can learn from each other.
So myself and the team are breaking the bias in terms of how we hire for our own team, how we engage out with the rest of teamwork to understand the fact that bias does exist. Everybody has an unconscious bias.
We've worked very hard to cast the net as far as possible when it comes to hiring and attracting new talent. We realised that to build the best product, we need to have a diverse workforce where everybody brings their best self and their best ideas to work every day.
My team breaks the bias by being intentional about encouraging the contributions of everyone, regardless of gender, race, or age.
Where we're intending to have some frank discussions on bias and inclusion, just to see how we act day to day, if anything needs to be done, and what we can do in order to right that.
I will be listening more. I think that it's really easy to get lost in our own perspectives, and it's important to take a seat and listen to what other people have to say.
I will continue to learn more about inclusion and belonging and not become complacent.
Going forward, I definitely want to concentrate on calling out gender actions and assumptions.
I think just continue to question and call out any bias behavior where I see it.
It's about being really conscious of it all the time and trying to enable situations that are wholly based on merit and not based on anything else.
So championing other females that I see across the business and specifically within my own team who are talented, who are passionate, and looking for opportunities to be seen and to be heard.
So I think it starts with being very open and honest and inclusive in terms of how you deal with others, and you put away your biases and you make sure that you treat everybody fairly and the same.
Start with what we know, start with what we can focus on, and help to break the bias of the future.